every design, there's a story. And behind every story, there is an inspiration. Behind every inspiration, there is a vision. At Blu Water Studio, we aspire to craft your story, build on your inspiration, and share your vision. Very good morning. I'm Lai Siew Hong from Blu Water Studio, Kuala Lumpur. So, as Brandon has mentioned, I'm the immediate past president of Malaysia Institute of Interior Designer, and currently serving on the board of APSTA, Asia Pacific Space Designer Association. I'm also now spending a bit more time back in the college as a master coach for interior design architecture program at the One Academy. So my topic today is bridging yesterday and tomorrow. So in the field of interior design, it's the essence lies in conceptualizing and gaining insight into place historical significance, the communal behaviors, the background, the legacies of people. So it's about appreciating the variance in customs, techniques among different culture, and the design's philosophy and crafting heritage. So this is one of our projects which I'll share with you later. So cultural heritage, cultural heritage conservation is critical endeavor, especially in the context of the world heritage sites. So those sites hold immense historical and cultural, social significance, and their preservation is essential for the future generation. And of course, there are challenges. The challenges in cultural heritage conservations are urbanization and development, pressures, attitude towards cultural heritage, and the last one is integration with sustainable development. So as the city expands, historical sites and heritage building often face threats from urban development. So balancing modernization with preservation is crucial. Next, we have public awareness, and the appreciation of cultural heritage plays a significant role. Negative attitudes, neglect, or lack of understanding can endanger heritage sites. Integration with sustainable development, which is something that we can't avoid. So striking a balance between conserving cultural heritage and promoting sustainable development is essential. And heritage should not hinder progress, but to enhance it. So remember, restoration of an old building is just not about physical repair. It is about reconnecting with its essence and recapture the original soul and spirit. I'm just gonna, there are 4 videos here today. Can I have some music, please?
Known as the Pearl of the Orient, is a city in the northern part of Malaysia. Situated at the crossroads of the Straits, it is celebrated for its rich history, delectable cuisine, and captivating architectural heritage. Georgetown, the capital of Penang, has held UNESCO World Heritage Site status since 2008. This vibrant city boasts a diverse array of architectural styles, featuring numerous well-preserved colonial-era buildings. The streets are adorned with elegant structures, characterized by British architectural finesse, seamlessly blending colonial influences with contemporary life. Along Penang's coastal line, we're offered a different facet of Penang's charm: golden sands, clear waters, and picturesque sunsets. The unique blend of history and modernity creates an enduring charm, making Penang a visual feast of architectural splendor.
So the next 2 projects I'll be showing is situated in Georgetown, Penang. One of them is inside the UNESCO World Heritage Site. That's where the topic of preservation came about. And the second one is restoring an old bungalow, which is a hotel right now. And the last one is a contemporary hotel, which got nothing to do with preservation. But I'd like to touch on how we kind of connect the past to the future, and that's my topic for today. So Lone Pine is a hotel managed by Marriott, by the Tribute portfolio. So this is the bungalow. This hotel was built in 3 eras. So there's a bungalow, there is a 20 rooms block that was built later, and the last block was built 15 years ago. So there's a quite distance in terms of the construction. So, and today we'd like to invite you to take a walk through an reimagination of good doctor's home in the 50s, which were originally built by Dr. Albert Stern Macon in 1948. So I'm just going to focus on this bungalow itself. So we've done quite a fair bit of research work, things that we discover. This project took place during the beginning of pandemic. So we're all working from home and doing a lot of research work on this property. And Dr. Albert Stanley Macon, he's from Australia, but he resides in Penang at the time. So our concept is about celebration of diversity. We wanted to create an experience, an air of nostalgia with the preservation of its architecture envelope, complemented with soft hues, which inspire by the coastal surrounding. So we explore and adopt classic street settlement and local culture heritage presence in Batu Ferringhi, and translate in a contemporary context of yesterday and tomorrow, with the honest expression of old and new through preservation and inclusions of element that's unique to the building and its location. And a nod to the 50s mid-century modern movement with a distinct contemporized element. So the first building, which was a charming bungalow, sits looking out into the coastal view of Batu Ferringhi. And we extended the terrace to create a greenhouse-inspired beach bar with a rich tropical influence and coastal vibes. So just to give you a quick development of how we kind of extend the building into the shore. So first we look at how we could kind of reach out to the ocean. We extend the terrace, and we semi-enclose the space with full-height glass panels. And the greenhouse was then created is a beach bar that pays tribute to the bungalow, like it was there before. So we're trying to imagine the ghost of this greenhouse. And this is how it looks like when it's completed. The greenhouse beach bar with a tropical feel, and the whole connection is to reach out or connecting to the shore. And with that, sand were brought into the terrace, so connecting the sandy beach. And what we wanted to do with the experience, to create an experience, barefoot, chilling out under the stars and the moon. So this is the terrace extension, which is surrounded by large vegetation and also connecting or next to the swimming pool. So, as I mentioned earlier, is enclosed with full openable full-height glass panel doors that connect to the beach bar, which serve as the beverage station or beverage bar in the morning for breakfast. So as we are looking into preservation of building, I think the key thing is materials. So we explore in choosing materials that are historically accurate and compatible with the building original constructions. So for example, the lights and the floor tile was recreated and is custom made in Vietnam. And this is a very interesting space that we created, the doctor's den. the curation of medical journals and collections was the narrative for this Speak Easy bar, right on top of the first floor of the bungalow. So the original walls and timber floors was retained. We polished it, and of course, and while we preserve that, we also add on new layers of woven wicker ceiling panels, decorative lightings, and also cabinets design that was carefully detailed to complement the mid-century modern ambience. My favorite spot is the communal style island cocktail bar that was created reimagining Dr. Albert McKern preparing the drinks for his guests as they walk into his den. The next project, which is a very small boutique hotel, the Edison, Georgetown. And this building was situated at the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So the Edison Georgetown takes place in a former Hokkien tycoon Anglo-Chinese mansion that was built in the early 20th century, so it's more than 100 years old. So this is the existing conditions, or rather before we started the renovation. So before we start doing all the ID work, the first thing we need to do is to reinstate back into its original conditions. So it has a beautiful courtyard, two very beautiful staircases, which was retained. This is the guest room. You've noticed later the floor and the door were retained in the hotel. And also the wrought iron grills and the window are all retained as the original condition, except the bathtub and the WCs. So our concept is about colonial, how do we combine the colonial past and the oriental charm of Penang together. So the design of the hotel offers a quirky take on the heritage, and with a fresh concept combined with an air of timeless elegance, offer a comfortable blend of modern and traditional elements. So we have eclectic mix of modern and classical furnitures. So you see jade-inspired accents, pattern tiles work, bone china-inspired art mixed into a light and airy environment, create a perfect backdrop for the reception area. So the entrance of the hotel, which we maintain everything, which has a very strong influence from the Straits Peranakan influence. So that's the reception lobby. It's a natural ventilated lobby. Whatever you see on the floor, the pattern tiles, the marble, or the doors, the ceiling board, which is the floorboards above, was all maintained. We added on the vertical green panel as a signage, and also that's where we install the wiring for the lighting. So we're not allowed to hack the existing wall. So the bone china art inspired panel was developed as the backdrop for the reception area. So as we progress on in this slide, you see there's a courtyard between both staircases. All the cast iron work were restored, and we're giving a new color to punctuate the space where natural lights are brought in into the interior. So this is my favorite spot. This is where we hang out day and night. The library. And the guest room. The guest rooms reflect the colonial past with a monolithic setting while injecting modernity and contemporary furnishing. So we juxtaposed the past and future. The juxtaposition of past and future makes this 35 rooms boutique hotel truly encapsulate the charm of the Orient. The guest room, as mentioned earlier, if you notice, the ceramic floor tiles are still being retained. The walls and the windows are all as per the original design. Of course, the bathroom, we have upgraded all the facilities. The suites, timber floor, they're all original. So what we wanted to do for this hotel is, with a combination of modern days amenity with heritage mention, provide the guests with an unforgettable experience of the Oriental charm. Another video. So we are inside the UNESCO World Heritage Site right now. the library. So I hope after presenting these two projects, and hope to see all of you in Penang for a holiday. So now I'm going to bring you to Kuala Lumpur. This is a five-star hotel, a local brand. It's called EQ. They used to have another brand called Equatorial. So this is a modern luxury take on Hotel Equatorial, which is called EQ. And we have the hotel have about total of 440 guest rooms, suites, and all luxury design encompassing the idea of harmonious Malaysia that comprise three main cultures and heritage. So EQ is a modern interpretation of luxury and elegance and offer a cohesive narrative that tells the story, bringing tradition into the present and crafting history into the future. So by adopting the concept of timeless chic heritage, we use polished rose gold patterns that are inspired by the metallic threads of the rich textile that we have, and as well as woven motifs that pattern from the traditional baskets. And of course, the motif is essentially inspired by elements of flora and fauna, also represent the beautiful nature of our country. So this nature, or rather these elements, are reflected in the feature wall, screens, and tufted rugs in the lobby, especially the reception. You can see on the backdrop, we have this very interesting threads that are woven with the pattern inspired from the fabric. So the main feature of this lobby is this glass panel, the glass lift core. We call it the tower lantern. So we use stylish songket inspired print and lay it on the glass surface to create a unique silhouette for the tower lantern. So cultural motifs are refashioned and embody a vivid sense of discovery within the layers walls in the hotel. So the interplay of opacity and luminosity adds charm and romance to the lobby, injecting the space with a symphony of harmony and the spirit of space. So this four-story glass tower with layering effects, and as you walk around it, it's like you are dancing with the glass tower. So the images move as you walk, or as you walk around this core, which is the lift core of the lobby. So there's a glass bridge going to the lift lobbies. And of course, the most attractive design feature that we've developed here is a grand spiral staircase together with the glass lantern. Now I'll take you to the last section, which is the guest room design. So the hotel guest rooms and suites is an open floor plan concept that anchors the space, layering with the room with a sense of lofty spaciousness, connecting the bathroom and the living area seamlessly. Intricate motifs and metallic highlights embellish the interiors, both soft and hard finishing. And we have very bold geometric pattern that inspired by the traditional Malay songket fabric and are translated into the carpet. And feature walls are derived from the art of henna. This is another suite that the overall suite for this is adorned and with splashes of ochre yellow and majestic gold. The presidential suite, which is double volume, about 4,000 square feet or 400 meters square. So with this room was designed with an identity rooted of Malaysia culture. It's aimed to touch the heart of the visiting guests to this hotel, which is rich with contemporary elements and is informed by heritage. So I'd like to end my presentation today with my last video. I'd like to end with this quote: respect the past, connect the future. Thank you.